What is up, everybody? Well, look, hey, you know what? We're trying this thing. It may work, it may not work, it might not. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's the first one. And I'm just here. I'm going to hang out for a little while. And if y'all got questions, I got answers. Y'all want to know some stuff about me? You want to know some stuff about my studio? Well, we can start there, man. This is my studio B. This is our smaller of the three studio. We have three studio rooms in this building, and this is the smaller. This is my mix room. This is the smaller of the recording studios. We also have a larger tracking room in the back. The tracking room in the back is probably 850 square feet, 900 square feet, almost. Let's go ahead and push it to 9. Sounds better. But this room, this is my mix room. This is where I mix. I mix on the console sometimes. I mix in Pro Tools a lot, Logic sometimes, Studio One, just depending on what the client wants. But look, I'm here. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm gonna try to do this every Thursday at 11 a.m. Just to establish a relationship with you, and try to bring some clarity to any questions you might have about anything that I do or anything that most of you guys that are watching me, most of you guys that follow me are you're in the same space. You're producers, music producers, artists, studio owners, that kind of thing. And I'm here to help, man. I'm here to share and to help. And dude, honestly, I thought today wasn't gonna happen, man. And it would suck because today's the first one, and the first one of a new thing I'm trying out. And we just got the power has been off since I got here this morning. I got here this morning at 6 a.m. It's now 11 a.m. So that's 5 hours. Seriously, the power came on 15 minutes ago. I was kind of freaking out. I was getting ready. I was actually tethered my phone to my laptop. I was going to send an email out to everybody and say, "Oh, don't come because it ain't working," you know. But hey, it works out. So maybe this is a sign that I actually should do this, and I actually should bring y'all this. So I'm just gonna talk for a minute because there's nobody here but me. I'm watching myself over here on YouTube, and we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. At the moment, we can still go live to Facebook. There's a rumor, and it's probably a fact that that's going to go away unless you have a business page. And I'm trying to establish that. I'm trying to move all y'all over to my business page from the personal, just the group. You know what I mean? There are ways to skirt around that, and we'll try to figure that out if it's important to everybody to be on Facebook. Um, I personally don't mind YouTube. YouTube Live works out for me. But so yeah, look, I'm just gonna hang out for a little while, and if anybody's got any questions, comments, or concerns, you want to talk about some stuff, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to push anything that I'm trying to make money with. And other than the studio, if y'all want to come to LA and enjoy the studio, come on, man, I got you. This is what we do. We were talking about this last night. That the studio we've been here. We've been a business as a studio for 20 years. 2024 is our 20th year. We started in 2004 and actually 2003, but legit, we went legit in 2004. So it's been 20 years, man, and it's been cool. We've been in this particular building I'm in right now. We've probably been in 18 years, 19 years of the maybe 17, 18, 19 years, 17 or 18 years. So we started out a little tiny place in North Hollywood, California, and we're technically in Glendale, Burbank area, closer to the Burbank. I can actually throw a rock and hit Burbank. It's right there. But technically Glendale, which is Los Angeles. I mean, it's all LA. LA is broken up into all these little different neighborhoods, if you will. You know what I mean? So, but technically we're in Glendale, and it's nice. I mean, it's a nice area. It's mostly creative. There's another studio on the corner. A producer is just his room. He creates music. He's a jazz guy. And there's a lot of cool jazz musicians that come down there, and we get to sometimes they come into the wrong door, and I get to talk to them for a bit. But that's cool. There used to be a lot more studios in this area, in this neighborhood, but when the world shut down a couple years ago, it kind of took away a few of them, and life happens, and we're fortunate. We've been able to to do it and to enjoy it, man. We got some great products we put out that we're quite proud of, and it's always fun to get to work on projects that are going to be loved by everyone. You know what I mean? You guys, everyone knows some of the people we've worked with. You all know some of the people we worked with. Actually, I got a session up on the Pro Tools there, if in case somebody wanted to talk about some, I don't know, editing or mixing or whatever. I had a session up, but I guess I could show you that since. I muted my microphone when I went over there. Anyway, that's the session that I got up. I was just going to show you some stuff. But yeah, you know who this is. And that's the thing. I can't tell you who it is, but you know who it is. If I told you, you'd go, "Oh, it's that guy." But yeah, I can't do that. Um Let me come back to me. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, that song's not released, and that's why I can't talk about it yet. But I got it. I was gonna share with you. I was gonna share with you the drum mix or something. If y'all got any questions, man, let me know. I'm right here. I'm the only person watching myself right now, so this is kind of funny. But I could tell myself jokes. I'm just not sure I'm supposed to laugh at my jokes because that might be weird. But but no. Look, I do teach recording. I teach I've been working for a private college, a private university, a private certificate school for 19 years. And a lot of my students that have come through their system here at my studio with me have gone on to do great things. Probably the most famous um, of my students is he's probably, I think he's 6 Grammys in now. He was a student maybe 11 years ago, 10 years ago. Um, Super cool guy, great mix engineer, man. He's in the hip hop community, so but he's an amazing mix engineer, and that's pretty much his focus, what he does. But yeah, and then other students have gone on to produce some shows, produce songs, produce artists. One guy in particular, he since moved to New York, so he's not around here very much anymore. We're gonna try to do gonna try to have him on my podcast here this summer. So we're trying to coordinate that with him. He's a busy guy, but he's got some products that you guys all know and love. Um, he's more in the indie pop world, stepping into a little bit of the he steps into a little bit of the club DJ electronica stuff, but more indie pop. So, but it's quite good. And you guys do know some of the artists that he works with. But so again, still just me. But I also teach another program. It's a DIY, but there is coaching available if if you want to go that route. I'm here to coach with you. But it's pretty much DIY, and it's pretty extensive. It gets pretty deep. It can get a little overwhelming at parts, but if you take your time and settle in and just enjoy the ride, if you will, it makes sense. And at the end of the day, you're gonna go, oh shoot, okay, I get it. It makes sense now. But yeah, it does take a minute. But there's a lot of practice. There's a lot of exercises. A lot of practice. There's practice sessions that you can mix. And there's a lot of exercises that you do that are they may seem kind of silly when you're doing them, but in the end, it's like, oh, now you know. Now you know how to do a thing because you did a thing without realizing you did a thing. You did a thing. So it's pretty cool. It's constantly the deal with this program is that it's constantly growing. It's constantly evolving. It's keeping up with technology. It's keeping up with the newest version of Pro Tools, the newest version of Studio One, whatever DAW you're using. We try to keep up with the information and update it as programs and apps update. We try to update along the way. And that's part of the deal. And then there's also an advanced audio engineering program that one's pretty cool in that it you basically do two projects. You do two projects. If you're a post-production, you're working on film and TV stuff, we're going to do that. You're working on music, you're working on whatever genre of music, we're going to do that. We're going to do two songs. Uh, we're going to do two film audio edits on an audio drama. We're going to build a soundscape for a scene in a movie. Whatever. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do two of those. One, you're going to do one with me. We're going to do it together. Or your mentor. If I'm not your coach and you have a coach locally that you go into the studio, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna follow the program, and you're gonna do one with me, and then you're gonna do one by yourself, and I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna observe, and I'm gonna make sure that you know what you're doing, because that's what we're here to do, man. Ask any of the older, wiser engineers in your area that you might have access to. Just our job, our way of life is to pass this art along to the next generation who's going to come up and do this as art. Audio engineering is it is art, and it's weird. It's not count. You might think of it as just a job. Someone might think of it as just a job. Oh, I'm going to grow up and get a job and work in a studio. I'm going to grow up and get a job and work at a radio station. Whatever. But what I do is an art. Meaning, for me, I would do this even if I didn't get paid. I would still do this because it's enjoyable. I don't like. I'm not gonna put together puzzles. No, I'm gonna do this for my hobby. This is what I do. And I think that's what makes it an art, is that it's something that you love to do, and you just would do it regardless. Getting paid for it is a bonus in my world. If I literally, man, sometimes there's times when I'm working with a client. We're in the big studio, and I've got the whole band in the room, and I got mics in front of all the instruments, and all the instruments are isolated, and everybody's playing together. They can see each other. They're vibing off each other. Everything might not even be perfect. The song might not be perfect. They might not even have a click in the headphones. Sometimes this happens, man. They just turn off the click and play the song because they're playing together. And man, sometimes when that happens, and it just sounds amazing in the control room, because the way that I do it, the way that I monitor on the console. Yeah, everything in Pro Tools is at zero. All the faders in Pro Tools are on at Unity, and I'm monitoring and mixing on the console. So what I'm hearing is the band playing the song, and it sounds like it's kind of mixed. It's a rough mix of the song, and it sounds great. I'll throw like reverbs on a snare, effects on vocals while they're doing it, just to listen to it, just to hear it, because it makes the band sound good in the headphones, and that's what they like. That's what they need to sound good. That's what they need to play, and they love that, because they're creating art, and I'm creating my art, and they're creating their art, and together it's pretty cool. It's I know it's getting quite weird in here right now, but that's how it works, man. It's kind of like church. Being in a studio for me is kind of like church. When I'm in a studio, and or if I'm mixing live. I mean, I come from the live world. My background is live. I started in the live world. I toured for quite a while. So coming in the studio for me was natural. I kind of feel like, talking about that, I mean, I kind of feel like it's easier to go from live to studio than it is to go from studio to live. And the reason for that is, if you're in the studio, if you make a mistake or something happens, you can do it again. You can do another take. But in live world, if you make a mistake, hopefully nobody noticed and you still have a job. I mean, that's kind of how it works, and sometimes the mistakes are inevitable. They're unavoidable. You can't not, you can't avoid it. So it just happens, but hopefully, you just learn to get past that in the live world. Live is quick and easy, and it's fast paced, and you got to be on your game. Studio, yeah, you can relax a little bit, because you can do it again if you need to. There's tons of stories, and I'm sure we'll get into that over these Thursdays. I'm going to do this every Thursday. I'm going to go live for 30 minutes. Unless we get involved with something, I'll hang out as long as y'all want to hang out. But let's make this a pattern. Every Thursday, 11 a.m. I'm gonna try to be here. Unless the only thing that's gonna keep me from being here, one is there's no electricity because that happened today. It's super windy in Southern California today, man. We got wind advisories from the weather department, and all that stuff, and trees are falling, and people are freaking out, and they don't know how to drive because a little leaf blew in front of them. Whatever. No offense to the drivers that freak out with a leaf or a drop of rain. Um, so, but yeah, that usually causes the power to go out. The power companies are, they shut the power off because they're afraid that it might start a fire somewhere or something. So yeah, I agree that they're being safe, but it does kind of not help us if we're trying to go live and we need internet and we need computers and we need cameras and we need lights and things that require power. So but there's that. But no, that's one of the only things that would keep me from doing this every week for you guys. But the other thing that would keep me from doing this would be a client pays me to, is coming in the studio and wants me to be their engineer and do the thing. Yeah, sometimes I own the studio. My wife and I own the business. My wife owns the business. I run the studio. We're partners in this studio business world. Um, and I got to do the businessy stuff. I got to do the calendars and the bookings and the billing and mixing and finishing up with clients. So, but what happens is when a client books me to be their recording engineer, I might be in the room for 8 hours and I'm not doing other things. So if it's not something that actually requires me to be there, I usually hire. I'll bring in a contractor. I'll bring in an engineer we have engineers that's on our list. If you guys are engineers and you're not on my list, you should go get on my list. If you're local, way better because you can come over. But yeah, if you're local and you're an engineer, a freelance engineer, and you're looking for a place to work, a place to not only bring your clients but be available to work with my clients, yeah, hit me up. Get on my list. You can go to the website esaudio.com. I don't think I set that up. esaudio.com and get on the list. Just email me from there. But yeah, get on my list, man. If you guys are local and want to work, we're constantly looking for good engineers, in all genres. It's not that I don't. It's not that we don't work a lot of hip hop. Or rap, kind of stuff. It's just we're a little bit more expensive than most studios. Though for that kind of studio that's just cutting vocals, yeah, we're a little bit more expensive than that. But our price is a little bit higher than most. But that's a good thing because when you're here, you understand why you're paying $10 extra. I'm just saying. And if you guys want to look at the gear one day, I can use we can bring a remote and look around at some of the gear. We got all the cool stuff you guys are looking for. You want to go down the list. We got, we talk about that one day. Talk about my vocal chain, and we talk about what we can do. What we should do, man, one day is talk about what I do with drums, because drums, I think, this is just my opinion. You guys can disagree with me all you want. My opinion, recording drums is probably the most difficult. It's the most challenging. We'll say it's not difficult at all. It's just challenging, and it's that I like to try to get the sound that I'm looking for before I record it. You know what I mean? I try to make the snare drum sound like the snare drum that I want on this song while I'm actually tracking it. I mean, a lot of times we just did a drum session last week, and that's the one that I got up here. I'm listening to the snare drum while we're, warming up and dialing in and getting things ready to go, and it just doesn't sound right. It's not fitting so I got the drummer to try to tune it a little bit differently. That didn't work, so I ended up grabbing a different snare and putting a different snare in there. That one didn't work, so then we tried a wood snare, we tried a chrome snare, we tried a brass, chrome over brass. We tried four or five different snares. Ended up on actually one of the cheaper snares that I have. I have a Maxim by Pearl. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's from the 80s. But it's a not very expensive chrome snare, but it's something about the way that it's put together, man. The way that it's headed, and it just worked. It worked for this song. That snare might not work for another song, but it just seemed to work for the snare. For the snare seemed to work for that song, and and I tried changing the mic. I think I had at first I had a SM57, as we all should have an SM57 on the snare top. I changed the snare bottom to on this gig to a 441U, a Sennheiser. That was weird. That was like something out of the normal, but I thought I'd try it. I saw Warren Hewitt do it. Warren Hewitt did it on a video that I watched, and so I said, "Oh, I'm gonna try that." So I tried it. It didn't work out for me, so I went back to the Sennheiser 412, not the 421, but the 412. And then on the top, I went to from the SM57, I went to an Audix i5, which is the Sylvia Massey's preferred mic for a snare top. So, and it worked for me in this song. It worked out great. So, we can talk about these kind of things on Thursdays. Whatever you guys want to discuss on Thursdays, I'm here for you. I'm gonna, it'll get better as we go along. If you guys have questions, they should show up in the chat like this. Make sure you have a Q and a colon in front of it, because that way I can see it easier. I can search for it. If you have a particular question, make sure you put a Q colon in front of your question. That way I get it. I can look at it. I don't know if I have this or if this is going to work. I can try it and see what happens, and nothing happened. Oh, there it is. Never mind. It went there to the it went to the chat, so you guys can see that in the chat. There's a link to the program, and right now the program, both programs, well, the Introduction to Audio Engineering is a special price with some special bonuses, which is not going to last forever. So if you guys are thinking about it, or you're on the fence about it, now's a great time to get in there and check it. So it looks like it's still just me, hanging out with y'all, but there'll be a replay. It stays on YouTube. It'll stay on YouTube till I take it down. If you guys want to go back and look at this, it's just kind of funny. Like I said, man, it's going to get better. I think the more people we have that come in and interact and are part of the gig, I think it'll get better. So we can talk about whatever, man. I love to discuss the business side of things. Even the LPR Sound Foundations, the tag is we're not the music business, we're the business of making music. The music business is different than making music. The music business is contracts and publishing and lawyers and record labels and distribution, and I don't care. I don't make music. I don't make music. I make music. Dude, that's weird, right? No, I'm not a musician. I don't create. I don't play guitar. I don't play anything. I'm not trying to write songs, but I'm not trying to write songs and distribute songs and have people love me for being an artist. I'm not an artist. I'm an engineer. I have always been an engineer, and I will always be an engineer. That's all I do. And I think I'm good at it. I honestly, I can't go to shows. I can't go see bands play because I disagree with what the sound guy or sound person is doing. I'm trying to stay correct on this one. I disagree with what the sound person, their choices of how things sound. It just really bugs me. So I just don't go. I just don't go to shows. I hate watching performances on Grammys and country music awards or Oscars or whatever. I just don't like it. Because I just, I disagree with the mix. I disagree with how they put things together, and it's weird. I know it's weird. It's like, I don't know if you guys work on, if you make movies, you're a camera guy, or you're the director of photography, and you go to a movie, like, why'd they film it like that? That's weird. It's because it's not your decision. It's their decision, and it was created for them, and you disagree with it. And it's the same thing for me, man. I just disagree with some of the choices that people make on effects. Some of the choices that people make on how much compression is on the vocal. It just it bugs me. Can't tell you how many times this happened to me yesterday, man. Somebody sent me a song. They asked me, they wanted me to master one of their songs, and they send it over, and it's at 0 dB. There's nothing I can do. It's already mastered, man. They've, and on when they output it on their master fader, they had, the L2, the regular. They had a multi-band compressor, they had EQ, and they had a L2 and cranked it up, and there's nothing I can do. So, I asked him to change it, and he said he did, and he sent it back, and it was the same thing. So I went ahead and mastered it, and I just ran it through my mastering chain and sent it back to him and sent him the invoice. What are you gonna do, bro? He literally called me and said how much he loved it. He's like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. You do such a great job." Okay, cool. But I didn't really do much. I might have moved the frequency around just a tad, for me to make it sound better. I'm an NS10 guy. I don't know if y'all know that. If you've never experienced NS10s, man, go find some. Go try to go listen to them, man. It'll change your world. Also, if you really want to do so, man, one day we should talk about this, and we can maybe there's a way I could make this happen where you guys can hear what I hear in the VSX, the Slate VSX system. If you guys have not seen my review, I don't do review videos. But that's the one review video that I did is on YouTube. Go look it up. Slate VSX with me on it. Oh my goodness. Steven, bruh. This guy's killing it, man. That's the greatest tool I've ever found. I mean, I could be working on my laptop at an airport or a coffee shop, and it sounds like I'm sitting in front of my console. It sounds like I'm sitting in my studio. Bruh. If y'all have not seen that, you need to go look at it. If you have not experienced the Slate VSX system, and there's no affiliate going on. Steven, don't do that. I'm not trying to affiliate market that guy. But if you guys are looking for something that's accurate and something that feels like you're sitting right here with me in this studio right now, that's the system. Go get it. Because, man, you'd be sitting there and you could check your mix on your phone. You could check your mix on your earbuds. You could check your mix in your car, and you don't even get up from your chair. It's all right here in your headphones. And Steven Slate's done an amazing job on that. Definitely giving him props on that one. And it works. So if you guys have not experienced it, go try it. I know he's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you think it sucks, get your money back, man. It ain't going to hurt. I mean, that's what happened with me. I went ahead and bought it. I'm like, get my money back if it sucks. And no, they can't have those back, bro. Those are mine. Those are definitely mine. So, all right. I've been sitting here talking to myself for 30 minutes, and hopefully you guys see the replay and know that we're going to do this every Thursday. We're going to do this every Thursday. So, just because I can, because I don't mind looking at the little black dot, which is my camera, So, hey, hopefully this grows into something that you guys understand, and you come over and hang out. Come over and hang out with me. If you're watching the replay, try to make it a point to come over and hang out with me on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Same channel, same space. This system that I'm on right now is it's a podcast system, man. Just maybe I'll do a review on this one day. Show you this system. I've got this little audio mixer here. I got two big ass monitors right here. The camera's here. I got a light which I didn't turn on, but that's fine. There's two lights behind me. This system's all on wheels, so I can move it into any of my studios. We can mix it up, move it around, do whatever we want. Y'all want to go up in the big room and work on miking up a snare drum? Let's do that, man. We'll do that. Y'all just let me know, man. Email me, hit me up, let me know. Come hang out with me on Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. I know Thursdays are a good day. I feel like y'all are getting ready for the weekend, but you're not quite there yet. So come over and hang out, man. It'll be fun. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I am gonna leave you and not talk to you anymore because I'm just talking to myself. First of all, but it's gonna grow. It's gonna be fun. I know it. I know it's gonna get there. If you guys do have any questions about the programs that I have, or you want to learn about my membership and my community, which is a great space to come in and get support from your peers and from me. I'm in there every day talking and answering questions and adding content all the time. So if nothing else, Get on the Facebook group. It's free. Everybody's got Facebook, right? Go join the Facebook group, man. The LPR Sound Foundation's Facebook group. You can't lose, man. It's free. It's right there. I'm looking at it right now. And there's that's growing as well. This whole thing is not to make money, but to give back and to share my knowledge and experience with you to help you grow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. I'll be here every Thursday. The podcast comes out every Monday at 10 a.m. There's a blog post usually on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. I try to get that done. That one's kind of like hit and miss, but the podcast is every Monday at 10 a.m. Get on my list for that. Just get on my list, and you'll be able to get the notice of that every Monday. You get an email with the link. Just it's usually helpful stuff. I mean, right now we're in a top 5 series. We've talked about the top 5 microphones for vocals in a studio. The top 5 interfaces was last week. This week coming up Monday 10 a.m. is the top 5 studio monitors, and then we're going to talk about the top 5 DAWs. And then we'll get into another series. I haven't decided what's going to be yet, but I got a list. I got a list of stuff. So enjoy your Thursday. Get ready for that weekend. Get out there and start making. If you're a weekend warrior doing the audio engineering on the weekends and hustling, making the money, it's almost here. Get out there and make your money, man. Just Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, get it. If you got to go back to the job, we'll try to help you out with that one too. We'll try to get you to. We'll try to share with you how to quit your day job. Come do this full time, man. It's pretty cool, and it can be good. It can definitely take over your day job money. So get ready. I'm gonna be here. We'll see you guys We'll see you guys on Monday on the podcast, but I'll definitely see you here live next Thursday, 10 a.m. Donny B, I am out. Peace. I don't have an outro screen. Maybe I need an outro screen with some music playing, stuff like that. I'm going to build that. I'm going to put that on there for next week. But for now, I'm just going to say, see ya.